I want to bring in Michigan Congresswoman and House Energy and Commerce Committee member Debbie Dingell. And Congresswoman, it's always great to see you. Thanks so much for joining me once again.
Good to see you, Maria.
And so on the China story, Congresswoman, what do you want to see happen here? Do you agree with the president's pushback and the ban on Huawei?
I don't think he should be backing off. I agreed with him when he did it. I think that China is guilty of currency manipulation. Trying to engage in trade with China in China is difficult. We know it. They do steal our intellectual property, and they manipulate their currency to keep goods in this country artificially reduced. So I think we need to be doing more. My biggest problem with the president, I think he's right to take on these trade issues, but he's got to be consistent. You can't be here and there and everywhere. He's got to loop all of us in, and we got to have a consistent trade policy.
Oh, he's been consistent. He's going to use tariffs the way he wants to use it. He's been very consistent in terms of putting America first, hasn't he?
Well, I think his consistency is he lobs them in like grenades, and I think what I worry about is no one's quite sure where he's going to be on any given day.
Yeah, maybe that's by design. He doesn't really want people to know what's on his mind in the next thing. Look, it's very important that the U.S. passes USMCA. This is NAFTA 2.0. You've had your concerns about this. Do you expect Nancy Pelosi to bring it to the floor?
I expect that it will get to the floor this year. But I've told you, and
before
I keep saying...
Before the August recess?
If they can guarantee me that we're not going to be paying an auto worker $1.50 in Mexico, and that's what my auto worker is competing with in this country, yes. But I don't know that that'll get done. I talked to Ambassador Lighthouser last night about it. I respect him. But it is very clear that my auto workers need a level playing field, and I keep saying this. I'm a one-horse woman. 500 jobs to Mexico last August, paying $1.50 an hour is not a level playing field. The way this agreement is right now, it doesn't stop it. I've got to see that stopped. I have to see what's going to let my workers compete on a level playing field.
Congresswoman Steve Forbes here. What would be the impact in the U.S. economy if we put tariffs on all Chinese imports into the United States? Already, business investment is down because of uncertainty. We have the threat of 25% tariffs on autos and auto imports from the rest of the world. Is that going to weigh down on the economy?
This is my point on tariffs. Tariffs are an important trade tool, which is why I do agree.
But they're also a sales tax.
They can be, but when you need a level playing field and you've got companies that are devaluing countries that are devaluing their currency, then tariffs are a way that you can level the playing field for workers. I do agree that tariffs for the farmers, we've got farmers that are paying a price. So that's why we need a consistent, stable trade policy.
It sounds like, Congresswoman, that it's Dagan McDowell, that you're in favor of tariffs. Like, again, we always go back to the chicken tax, which is the 25% tariff on imported light trucks into this country. That's been, over the last 55 years or so, a huge benefit for the very American automakers that you represent.
Listen, when the president came out with steel tariffs, I had McLeod Steel sit on my riverfront for 25 years empty. We have other countries that are doing a number of things that make it very difficult for us to compete in the production of steel. Tariffs are an appropriate tool in the trade, leveling the playing field.
But putting sales taxes on imports in these sophisticated supply chains, doesn't that raise the cost of doing business? Studies show that when President Bush put in steel tariffs in the early part of his first term, for every job saved in the steel industry, 5 to 10 were lost by those who bought the steel.
Well, I will agree with you that there are issues, and that's why we have to handle these tariffs as a trade tool and do it very smartly. I think we should be looking at other things like the imported steel that we're bringing into this country having to meet the same standards of the steel that we produce in this country. We're using substandard steel in bridges.
Look, there are a lot of things that you need to be looking at. Big Tech is on Capitol Hill today for a House hearing on market dominance. Google has big plans for Michigan, investing $17 million into Detroit and Ann Arbor. I want to get your take on that. But when you look at all of the issues on the table, Congresswoman, we don't actually see them turning out to success and turning out into laws for the American people. We only hear from your party complaints about Donald Trump, hearings on impeachment. He should go to prison. on and on and on. Meanwhile, he's dealing with China. He's dealing with North Korea. He's waiting and dealing with Mexico. Wants to get USMCA passed. When is Nancy Pelosi and your colleagues going to get to work, Congresswoman?
So, for starters, you can't say that you're only hearing that from Democrats, because that's not what you're hearing from me. I am saying that we've got to protect manufacturing in this country. We got a fragile auto industry, Maria, and I'm worried about it. And I'm worried not only about the trade policy that had a huge grenade thrown into it, and nobody knew quite what to do on trade policy for the last 2 weeks when he started using tariffs as an immigration tool, not a trade tool. We have this administration is looking at setting or repealing the CAFE standards that Obama put in place, when the industry is saying, let's work with California, let's have one set of standards. And then we've got contract negotiations coming up with this auto industry. I'm worried about the auto industry.
But on the CAFE standards have been a disaster for the auto industry, forcing you to industry to make cars they make no money on.
That's not, I would beg to disagree with you. I think that they may need to be tweaked.
Well, the electric cars aren't exactly selling like hotcakes.
Okay, but no, they're not, because we don't have the infrastructure. People don't have confidence in the range. But here's, let me tell you, do we believe that this country needs to be producing for a global market? I do. China is the largest growth market that the auto industry has. They're mandating electric vehicles. They're going to go to an all-electrical vehicle fleet. Our manufacturers in this country, if they're going to compete in that global marketplace, have to be at the forefront of building them. So how do we support them? We can't just badmouth them all the time if we want to be trading in China.
We will leave it there. Congresswoman, great to see you. Thanks very much. We appreciate it. Debbie Dingell, always a pleasure.